Hello everybody, welcome to another day of Cosmoteer. So today what we're going to be looking at is some of Zongso's ships. Zongso has made a bunch of new cannon ships that are really neat that I wanted to go ahead and I wanted to test out. So we're going to come over here, we're going to add in a ship. We're going to we're not even in January anymore. We are in new folder. We're going to do February 2023, 2024. I'm still in 2023. All right, 2024. And then we're going to come over to February 2024. Let's dump in. He has multiple versions of this. I think this was the very first version that he had. We'll pull on that one. And then he also had a 6-cannon one. So let's pull in that one. This is version 4. This is the most recent. And then this was the one that he was editing on. I want to look at both of them anyways. Pull these in. And let's take a quick peek at these. Okay, so first off, I want to say, because I did look at this 4-cannon one. This 4-cannon one, I only had one ship that could even stand a close chance to it in a front-to-frontal battle. And now that he made it to a 6-cannon ship, it is far more powerful. We're going to look at it to optimize and make them even stronger. And I do want to showcase just how powerful this ship is. I only took a first glance, quick peek at it. But honestly, it is a very nice, tanky cannon with 2 nukes on the side, and it does incredibly well with his 6-cannon version. Now I can see it just does so much more damage in a burst, and it's very tanky. And these are the type of ships that I really do like, so I wanted to edit and actually change them. And I do want to showcase this just with the 4-cannon one, like his very first version. His very first version, if I come back over to my ships, and even if I'm pretty sure if I were to take my 6-cannon, my speedster type of ship, it does cost a little bit less, but this ship was never made to tank. It was made for speed, maneuverability, to get in quick and to take down other ships that were fast. But I just wanted to showcase that this ship right here, super powerful. I don't think I've ever faced it versus 6-cannon, but if his 6-cannon versus my 6-cannon, I already know that it would beat it because it has so much more armor, tons of shields, and you can already see that it's doing way better than my ship, because my ship's not a tanky ship. It's made for speed. And so I don't think I had any ship that could even compete with this one except for one on some cases, which was this one. Now this ship was, and hello Hillsup, welcome. This ship right here was the edit. This original design was made by Hillsup, so I'm glad that he's here. I just edited and changed, added a little more shields, changed the frontal armor, added a little bit more here and there, just to optimize it so that it could maybe stand a chance a little bit better. And the only difference between the two is a lot of difference actually. This one has a little bit more maneuverability, a little bit more speed, but this one right here is truly a tanky type of ship. And I really wanted to look at it and optimize it. So one of the first things, and I know he already has other versions of it, but one of the things that I would change right here, that I did notice when I was first looking at it, there's a door right here that is missing for this section right here. So literally people have to walk all the way out, come into this door, so you should come over here just to grab ammo and come back out. So, and I'm pretty sure he probably fixed it in his other version, so we'll look at that. But I just want to showcase just how powerful, because I know I've showcased this ship a lot in some of my older videos. And this ship right here usually can take on a lot of things. But you can see right here, this ship is holding its own, and in many cases, this ship does win, and this ship rarely wins. So Zongso's ship right here, very powerful. We'll like it a lot. And so I just wanted to showcase that part of it. Alright, now that we've covered, and you can see right here, I'm pretty sure, well, that command deck just got blown up. But again, this one, you see how this one's almost totally annihilated? This one normally does win. And you can see right here, if we restart the battle, the ship costs are very similar. Almost similar crew, almost similar. Now, we're going to actually go in and we're going to look at his 6-cannon version. And we're actually going to look at the most recent version, this one right here. I know I put it as V4, but it's not really V4 that he named it as. It's probably this one. Now, it looks like he increased the crew significantly. But let's just see what optimizations did he or did he not actually. Okay, so I see door there, door there. This is the first time I'm looking at this one. 6 cannon version does cost more and does have more crew. I'm liking the booster placements to give it more speed. There's a lot going on this one. I'm thinking dedications. Okay, so I'm gonna have to look at the crews and how this is all placed, but we're gonna make some. I think we're gonna make some changes and edits to what we're looking at here. I'm just looking to see how all the ammo is going in and out. I was looking at this command deck. This is a little bothersome to me because this is just if they had a railgun, they could just shoot right down the middle, take out that, and then take out that. But really, it is a tanky ship. This 6 cannon one, because if you saw before, I know it's in the million mark. Little over 1 million. The crew amount did look a little bit heavy on crew, but I did see everybody moving around doing things. Let's come over here and actually take another 6 cannon of the same. What was this other one? Okay, they're both 198. Let's take a look at this just a little bit more. Now they're facing each other. We're gonna see how under extreme stress, because now they're fighting the same ship against the same ship. I know there's nukes going off. The shields took off a huge brunt of it. You take off one disruptor side. I want to make sure that there's no real crew sitting around too much for the amount of crew that he is using. He's got these purple guys here, but these guys in purple I think are to help make sure the power, but they are idle, and we don't like too much idle. Purple, pink, I don't know what color you see these as, but so I do want to take a look at that. Really, he did a good design, like from Zongso when he first came and how it's going now. He really made a very impressive and took a lot of the mechanics in that we were all doing. Interesting. Looking at these priorities. Fire exchangers sure good. Very certain that it's just going to be supply and supply sulfur and battery, and then they have no other responsibilities. So because this is no other responsibilities, what I would do instead, I mean I assume they don't even have this either, I would do something like this, make these a 10, come over here and give them a priority 3 or 4, I'm going to say 4 for supply ammo. This will change things up just a tiny bit. This way this gives them, and we're going to save the ship design, this is going to be 1.1. And then we're going to actually pull out this one, and we're going to put 1.1 in here. So now we're giving them dual purpose, dual reasons to do stuff. So now what I should see is these guys here in purple, I can see they're coming out to pull ammo, but they shouldn't be the first ones to pull out ammo. So now I want to take a check at, you had ammo supply guys. Triple text this real quick. Okay, so ammo supply guys are these guys. I need to make sure that these guys have a higher priority than 4 for ammo supply, which they don't. So these guys need a higher priority for ammo supply at least. We're just going to make that it. Well, let's just make sure that I'm not missing anything else up on the ship. Okay, so we're going to make it an 8. And we're going to make sure we save that too. Okay, restart that again. I shouldn't see the purple guy, these purple pink guys go out first. It should be the ammo guys should go out first. Okay, so these guys doing ammo, that's good. So these guys right here should be the first priority to get ammo, and then these guys are just backup as secondary. So they're not sitting around doing nothing. have messed up power because this one's out of power. Who are the guys that are supplying power? I gotta double check this. Let's just see how this fight goes. With just okay, that one has it without power. This one did blow up, which is good. But I messed up power distribution just by changing the rules just a little bit. So I'm gonna double check that real quick. So factory supply. Power. Supply battery, supply power. Because so they do have 10. So they should be doing that first. We're actually going to knock this down to a 3. Just so I don't mess it up too much. Repair it. Resave this ship. Okay. Now that we've changed some of those, let's relook at 1.1. We want it to a point where this version, almost identical to that one, always wins. So we're making changes to edits. Now this right here, I think can be moved back 1 square. We just wanted to make sure that what I changed here for these pink purple guys, whatever you want to call them, that there's always power supplied. So you can see they're still supplying power. And only secondary do they pull ammo. Now at 3, you can see that sometimes they don't even do ammo at all. But sometimes they do pull ammo. Okay, so I see that they are pulling ammo sometimes, which is good. That's what we want. What we mainly want them to do, what their main job was, to supply power as well as sulfur to these factories. Which is what they're doing. They just have a dual purpose now. So in case that there is nothing needs power, they can totally just supply ammo to help up with that. Okay, let's take a look at these yellow guys now. After a whole bunch of things get destroyed, they're kind of just sitting there. So these yellow guys are energy suppliers. We're gonna take a look to see what they are priority for. I'm gonna assume that most of them are for the shields. So you got a 4 and a 4. You don't have any point defenses on this ship. Okay, so they're for the external repairs and gathering stuff. They supply battery. It is winning. I don't know if it wins every single one, but it is winning a lot of the times. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. Alright, energy supply guys are really all over the place. Okay, they get the command deck, their energy supplies for the engine rooms, and the energy supply for those. I want to look to see if he also has this dedicated. Okay, so that one's not dedicated there. You have this dedicated to that. Those are dedicated to this. You got that dedicated to this. These are dedicated to you can supply this way. That one's supplying this, that's supplying this. Well, if you're gonna do that, why not just also have these supplying these like that? That way those guys are not literally running around anywhere else to grab. Because if you didn't have these supplied directly to these, literally people can come over here to grab the offer from here to grab to the other one. So if you're gonna do these dedications, you have to do that. And then power and power. The same thing like these. If this is going to be on that side of the ship, this one might as well be on this side of the ship. So this one should be dedicated to this, as well as giving power to possibly anything on the back of the ship as well. So like to here too. That way they don't cross section. This one should be supplied to that, just like that. And then just in case of emergencies, we have the backup power to that way. I don't know where these guys are grabbing power from, but we'll double check. Yeah, so that's where they would grab power. At least it'll stay on that side of the ship. You can add a little bit more walkways there, which we should do. This is the front of the ship. We're not going to worry about that too much because it's already set. Now we segregate this side of the ship for power. Let's fix some of these walkway stuff. I'm gonna say that this is going to need... Alright, so if they come up, this is up, 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 up. It's gonna be up. Once they come up this way, then this can be... this can be a down. Salute, unexcited? Not liking that there. Up, up. Goes this way. Come down, that's a down. This is an up and up, this is down. This is interesting to me too. I feel like there's a... I'll have to look at this more. He's got a lot of extra doors here, but it may work that way. This is down, this is up. Interesting. I do want to make edit to... this. I think that should honestly be back one, but we'll find out here in a little bit. Sure I didn't mess up all these dedications, which I'm sure did. That one's a 2, so that one also should be a 2 there. Any other guys? That's not dedicated, that's not. These guys are undedicated as well. Interesting. Okay, this one should be 1.2. Take a look at this again. Okay, now I already know this yellow part. I already know what it did kind of in the back. Take a look at these walkways a little bit. I see that there's a little bit helping there. You got yellow guys sitting around doing nothing, even though all shields are under strain, but I'm guessing that was divided that way. I'm also checking the power for the factories because you did change that too. The edits we want to do is make sure we don't lose with the ship. When we start losing with the ship, we may have to double check to see what it's doing. We can see that it is winning, it hasn't lost yet. And that's the point, is whatever changes we make, we want to make sure that everything still functions and still optimized to go what it needs to do. Now I already know this ship basically is gone because I already lost its command deck. It's just got one cannon, and this one still has most of its cannons and still going. So that's at least some good sign. So keep working on this some more. Booster placement. I don't even know how fast this ship goes yet, but I am concerned about these yellow guys here just for a little bit. This guy's dedicated. They're dedicated for these sides of the ship. The fronto shields, these back shields right here, have a huge concern. So what I want to make sure is what he has set for here. So 4 and 4. Personally, I always like the larger shield to have one more higher priority than the smaller shield. And I don't know what else that they have here, but I'm going to assume that these guys are dedicated for that. So we're going to do one more priority for that. We'll save this. Keep this as 1.2 for right now. I want to see how that does. One more priority up for the bigger shield. Smaller shield, we're going to still stay lower. We'll see how this optimization changes, and maybe just a little bit. That bigger shield went down, this one's still up. I don't know if I like that change. Change. Let's restart and swap and go. The 1.2 is on this side now. these guys right here, I think, are really, because they're not dedicated, only do these two shields. So they're sitting there. They should help out with this one. And these guys should help out with these two. Maybe they moving the disruptors back as well messed it up. I want to check that. So moving these disruptors back, just like that, may have actually been a bad thing to do. Not sure on that. They're still both firing. Still have the angles. Yeah, they're still both firing. And they're hitting through each other, so they can stack like that just fine. But it definitely messed something up. So we're gonna change that back. This is gonna instead be a 4 and a 4. We're gonna rechange this right here. We're gonna see if that helps a little bit. We'll resave the ship design to 1.3. And if it still doesn't perform, we're gonna move that disruptor back out. I'm watching the yellow guys right now. That's surprising that changing just one priority for the bigger shield to the 4 to the 4 would make such a big difference. Interesting. Show this out again and see why the 4 and the 4 does. Disruptor spaces doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but the shield priorities definitely did. How this was exploited very easily once it breached through. It's got a lot going on for it. And interested in that. Alright. People priorities. Do you have people for cannons? Operators. Operators. Okay, so those should be there. Operators, non-dedicated operators. Okay. Which means they will dynamically go to where they need to go. Get larger shields there. We're going to actually. This just for those. They're just working on those 4. Will help a little bit for that, because that's an important shield. This is an important shield. This is a little thin on the armor right there, but when they go through here, this explodes. This is a target. just changed. Dedicate to those shields, that helps a lot. So now they're doing these 4 instead of just this 2. That still went boom. Did it just make it worse? Changing has made it worse. Could we move that? Once you lose those shields, still okay for there. I am still liking disruptors back like that. That's an explosion point once you lose too much. But it's got great defense until they pound through enough of that. And then this is a weak point right here. Same thing like that. Then you got fires. And where are the fire extinguishers? They are out. Not close enough to the cannons. It still beat that other one, but we got fire spreading, and fire extinguishers are a little too far away for where the fires would be because they're going to be by the cannons. So let's see. He's got how many fire extinguishers? 1, 2 of that? 4. I can look at your ship, Hosip. If you would tell me which one you want me to look at. I was just working on this one for right now. But if you have a ship you want me to look at, I can look at that one specifically. Hosip was saying only Zongso ships today. Oh, I don't mind. I was just working on this one just for right now. Okay, definitely need to edit and change the fire extinguisher some. They're a little far away from everything. Like, I like the armor placement, I like all that there, but you see right here, fire here, fire here. Fire extinguisher is too far away to do anything. So there should be just maybe just a tiny bit more fire extinguishers here. And then once this section, see how it gets cut off? This fire is going to burn, and there's no way to put it out because there's no fire extinguishers back here. So if you just watch these fires right here, nobody's grabbing a fire extinguisher to even try to put this out. So that's going to burn. This is going to explode. This one did get put out because they grabbed their fire extinguisher from here to go put this one out. But you see this cannon is going to be go. That cannon is going to go boom. Or maybe it gets saved. I'll be impressed if it does. No, see, it went boom. And then it took out all that. And then the fires are spreading some more. So, let's fix that. So here, you need fire extinguishers. Probably. I mean, I like the armor placement there, but at the same time, there needs to be just at least something there. I still like that armor placement there. That gives that a little bit more, and then I'm going to say 1. Like that one there. I'm going to say at least 1 for each one. And then this one will be a little bit closer to this one right here. This is probably a good idea. That way there's enough fire extinguishers around the ship to do what it needs to do. A little 1.4. 4. Let's just see these fires burn again. I'm looking at boosters now and energy. I already know what the front of the ship does. Pretty sure the fire extinguishers will help. Also, it's also making a cannon ship, I see in the comments. Nice. That goes boom. I was just waiting to see the fire. I want to see how the fire just gets distributed. Okay, the fire's there. Do they have a way to get to that middle one? Maybe I messed things up. Maybe I weakened the armor too much, because now it's losing all the time. Something changed, and I need to figure out what I did wrong. Could be priorities, it could be any number of things. Or it could just be because it's facing itself. Just changed up a few things here and there. And it could just be the way the AI is fighting it. That's an interesting weak point here and there. It goes boom there. Once these middle cannons catch fire, I'm gonna grab fire extinguishers to put it out. Alright. Booster placement. Small ones for back boosters, movement there. The only real way I'm gonna be able to test this is just to pull it in. Come here. February. Where is 0.4? Alright, how fast does this thing fly? Interesting uptick. Got big. 77. Could we move this up and then put another booster there to make more speed to utilize that full? 77 is neat, but since they fiddled around with the large thrusters, everything's kind of off. Yeah, they definitely made a patch update and changed things. What is this? Those are operators, so we can move operators up one at least. Guess it doesn't matter too much there. And then this can be... I know we're ripping off some armor back here. Take off that door. Add in armor. And back in some armor. It's a way weak point there. Let's put in some funny stuff right now. Build more command. Okay. It's 15 points. That makes sense why you didn't add the extra booster there. 15. Can we do a smaller one? No, that won't even change it. He only has 7 points. He would have to remove 7 points worth of other things. Do these things take command points? Factories. They do take 4. You got 1 extra there. I'm going to say... toss that one. Wait, what? It's only 1 command point. Okay, it's only 1 command point. That's 4K. I was looking at the wrong number. What's the thrust backwards? I'm gonna say undo all that. How many command points? He's got 1 command point. Okay, so it's literally all the way up to the point. There's no extra command points to put on there unless you go to a bigger one. So we get a ton of armor here, a ton of armor there. This is cool for that part. What if this was to add an extra layer this way? I kind of like it the way it is though. Ton of armor here, ton of armor here. It's got armor there, armor there. It's a heavy, slow tank, but it definitely does what it's supposed to do. I don't think I ever tested it against its real tests. Let's do it this way. Let's come over here. Let's do built-in ships. Cabal. How do you do versus Polaris? This side's gonna get wrecked by all the missiles. So hot. Well, you can have a look at my new ship. But I'm done with it. You go on, you can look. Which new ship are you talking? The one that you just posted? This one right here? You tell me once I've dragged it in. That doesn't appear to be a valid ship design, it says. Hold on. Save image. Let's move this over here. Let's come over here. I don't know. Weird. It didn't let me drag it in for Discord. This one? Clear everything off. Is this the one we're talking about? Okay, this one. We'll take a look at it. I love the paint job. Again, Unexcited, you have great paint jobs. Even has his name on there, Unexcited. Probably the version 78E. I believe you and Hosip are working together. I think the booster design was the one with those bigger on there now, and I think this thing flies super fast. $100 something. Here, let's look at this. February. Interesting name. I'm interested in how much this thing costs. $190. How does a 190 versus another 190 do? Okay, disruptor, double the shields, and a chain gun. I'm gonna guess this chain gun's gonna do a lot of damage. Shield's holding up. And once that powers out, you got this going for that. Not combat, so this is his first combat test. Once the second round for the chain gun goes through, yeah, exactly like I was thinking. Shield placement's awesome. I'm liking this right here, this little power capacitor to help out with all the shields and disruptors in the front of the ship. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I want to look at this again. This armor with that double, that disruptor goes off first. I like the shield placement. I like this right here. I was thinking that this should be a double armor. That little triangle piece didn't protect it enough because you see that's the first target they go for and not for the shields. Shields definitely do protect, double for that. But what I was thinking is this, and I'll let you make the decision later. What I was thinking that's missing here for the combat tests is this little triangle piece right here. Doesn't do much for armor. Aesthetically looks, yeah, cool. But what I was thinking is you probably should make this a double piece right there. And then this fire extinguisher is not, and then put a double piece. So I was thinking this and this. That gives it a little bit more protection. The disruptor looks like they aim for that first. This triangle piece definitely looks aesthetically cool, but it's not as much defense as a double triangle. But that's what I was thinking. I'm not going to make the change, just you can decide on that as you look at it. Because you see right here, that triangle piece is useless. They still aim for both of those pieces, so if this was a piece here and this was a piece here, it would help a little bit more for defense. Maybe shave off a tiny bit more armor so they aim at the shields. I don't know. See, now they're aiming at the shields. Shields should be first. Chain gun should be last. Either move it forward or add more armor or something so that the target's priority of the shields would be my recommendation. As far as this battle test goes, that's what I would suggest. Cool. I still like it for its cost range and for what it is and for how fast it moves. This is a cool ship because it can really engage really quickly and get to where it needs to do. It does this chain gun power. As long as it's not facing front to front with another ship, that chain gun does good damage. And the disruptor placement, I'm wondering if you could even just switch it. I was thinking maybe putting it on this side, but I don't think there's enough space. So the disruptor would be on the other side. See, that thing gets hit first. Disruptor is the first target that goes down. Chain gun's the second target that goes down. And then once that's gone, then lost all its offense. And it's just a tank. But I like it. I do like it. That is a neat ship. Also, did you want me to look at anything? Oh, you do have one in there. Ooh. Is that one ready? Hold on, he just put it in Discord. Still work in process doing armor stuff. Okay, that's okay. Work in progress. Ooh. That is... Hold on, let's repair it and save it in there. And I want to see how much this thing costs. Save the ship design. Go over here. February. This one, Hosip's. Okay, 900. I know it's got 6 cannons on it. He's still working on armor and everything else, but well, let's see how this does for that. Got double nukes on it. I like the way your nukes is protected in the back like that. I was looking at the damage of both of them because they're both 6 cannon ships. The uniform of the formulae and then having all these walkways, you can see how this is more optimized. So whenever you watch this, because I know you'll watch it later, that's a little bit more optimized. You see it has a sensor in there too. This frontal armor is less in comparison to this, because this is a massive amount of thick armor. And then this is a little bit more coverage, because you see right here, here's a weak point, and then you get another weak point right here. And then you get these engine rooms that explode for Hosip stuff. But the midsection armor is better, as well as if you look at how these guys are running around with all these walkways. This allows the cannons and distribution for the cannons to be more formal, and everybody can literally walk around. And then you see how these guys are constantly doing ammo. Also probably has the number down exactly for exactly how many people can do the ammo, so they're constantly firing. Where here, it's a jumbled mess when you look at it in comparison, because then people have to go in and out for the sulfur storage. See right here? These people literally, the storage is back here. They can run around and move up and down. So that's definitely better distributed. And then he's got 2 more extra nukes on both sides to help out. And then the defense. Aesthetically looking, it looks cool. I like this. And it adds that extra layer of protection while still being pushed out. These boosters right here need a little bit, the engine rooms and the boosters for Hosip, I think, needs a little bit more protection. That's a huge... These are weak points right here. You see, once you lose this, all cannon or anything has to do is hit right here, and then this engine room goes boom. So just more frontal something for this makes this ship even more powerful. That is... Obviously, this is still a work in progress. It's not a finalized ship, but This is very effective. Very, very effective. It just needs a little bit more armor for that, a little bit more armor for that. The armor for something. I don't even know how fast this thing goes. How fast does it go? With all the engine rooms in there. This gives it a little bit more maneuverability, well, a lot more maneuverability, because you see how the engines are placed in different sections. So this helps with the front of the ship and the middle of the ship to turn and move. It's got a great amount of protection in the very, very front. You got these little tiny wings. And then obviously the walkways help a lot too. So you don't need as many crew compared to Zonksos, who has a ton of crew, not as many walkways, and the walkways really help with the in and out, in and out, in and out, saving you crew, so you can have less crew to do more and still add the protection and still add. So I like that. Same thing with the back too. That's a nice ship. Hosip, that is a nice ship. I'm interested. I'm 100% certain that Hosip ship will win. I just want to see how it does versus this. Because I know I have to fix this one too. But I'm liking this one a lot as well. Those nukes, the 4 nukes in the back right here, really are well protected and do a ton of damage, as you can see. This is a nice ship. I'm really liking this extra defense right here for the nukes in the back. Every time Hosip gets a ship and he looks at somebody else's and takes it, he just takes it to the next level. That's all I'm gonna say. This is the next level. This is a ship you wouldn't want to run into, because in a front-to-frontal battle, that is a nice amount of damage. That is definitely cool. I don't think I ever looked at... There's one other ship. Hold on, let's go back to here. I never looked at his 2-cannon ship. So let me pull that in real quick. Alright, this is Zonkso's 2-cannon ship. It's not even a fair assessment for that. I did ask him, so he was going up and up and up, and I asked Zonskul to come in here and make another ship with the same concept, but smaller and faster to catch up. And this is what he came up with for a 2-cannon ship. Still the same frontal armor, but then he's got 4 nukes. It's cheaper, smaller, less armor, so a little bit faster. I think this actually would perform very well as a supporting nuke ship, which is exactly what it is. How much did this thing cost? $679? That's actually really good. That could easily, I think it could even stand a chance against this. I think it would actually win. With four nukes on it, just 2 cannons, I think this one would take this out. It should. If the nukes land. Yeah, it wins. It will definitely win. This is a... At its cost range, this is a very protected front-to-frontal battle. Now, obviously, it's got weak points in the back, right? Engine rooms and everything else. But in a front-to-frontal battle, this 2-cannon ship that Zonskul made, with the 4 nukes on top, and its price range and what it can do, this thing is pretty nasty if you're facing it in a front-to-frontal battle. Well, that is cool. This is, I like his 2-cannon ship. Asking him to go down and then optimizing it. This thing's without power, as well as this is without power. So an extended battle, you might want to look to optimize this a little bit more, Zondskull, when you see this actual recording. And then you run out of nukes in a long extended battle. So after all that's said and done, it's out for the nuke part. But still, it definitely did what I expected it to do. Uploaded a version, just another version, new version. You guys are both uploading. Okay, here. Let's look at these. Add a ship in. Come over here. February. You guys are working on new stuff. Let's bring this one in. Tree whip. Okay. Best test is to test it versus stuff, but we'll just test it against one of these. Newer version, 214. Much more armor. Okay, I like this armor added there. That's nice. The armor in the back. No jagged spikes, so it easily rolls off of each other. The armor doesn't fall off because it's still attached back here. I like that. Oh, you just made this so much more powerful. I love this layer stacking of armor and just the way he has it placed. Very effective and still attached as well. So still very effective. Why does... Oh, because that piece got blown off. I'm pretty sure that one still will be attached. Even if... Right? Because yeah, that's still attached. If you're going to put the armor there with that, why can't you add just a little bit more just in case you lose all of this? Why can't this also have a little bit more for the attachment back here? Like something here, something here. Because this piece can easily be blown off. I'm just thinking of a way to keep all of this armor here still. If somehow they blow off all this and somehow blow off all this. But it's still attached very nicely. Maybe just a couple more back there. Might change your design, but I don't know. It didn't look like it ever fell off, but I was just thinking, like, if you lose all of this, that this piece will fall off still. But it's still attached. So, I don't know. I could be wrong. That is a cool ship. I don't even know what I can say to make it even more better, but I'm sure you're still working on it. Still work in progress, so that's a cool ship. Zondskull. Not Zondskull, cool ship, sorry. Let's look at Unexcited's new version. Let's pull this one in. Which one did I just put in? I'm gonna guess it's this one that costs a tiny bit more. I don't know, we'll just push them both in and we'll find out. Okay, so it's this one. This is the one with the flatter head. A little bit more armor, I like that. You move the disruptor to the other side. Much better. You already see this disruptor's gone, but this disruptor's still going. You see they're aiming for the ammo, the armor first with the shields. This one's still much more protected, give me the offense. I'm sure once the second round of chain guns go through, that this one's gonna annihilate this one, the older version. And it just did. That's a win. Love it. Great new updates. Its speed, its power, its everything, that is nice. That is very nice. I am Loving it. I can see right here an extended battle. The priority to supply ammo to here looks like you need somebody dedicated for power here or something. You have guys standing here, but there's no power going to this. This is constantly firing because you guys are supplying here, but I think you might want to fix some distribution here so that this gets powered. Or maybe there's no dedication. Yeah. So you can see right here that this needs something so that your chain gun can constantly go. But other than that, it's very effective. Once this gets supplied with dedication with some kind of power, you have more than enough crew to do it, then your chain guns and everything can constantly fire, and it will do great things. I love it. So this is a cool ship. I like it a lot. That is a cool ship. Had dedication before. What was the dedication? Let's just find out here real quick. Oh. I don't know. I'll let you mess with that. Recent ships. Oh, we got some more ships. We got some even more ships. Okay, let's look at those. This was just improvised. I mean, it was like 4 a.m. in the morning for me, but woke up and just couldn't go back. Error importing that ship. All right, well, let's put it there. Come over here. Downlights. Yeah, it doesn't like it for Discord when it does that. Multiple images for whatever reason. It doesn't like it. Okay, Sidewinder Light. That is a double nuke with lasers and disruptors. I don't know what the cost is on this thing, but man. Yeah, if you ran into this even at that stage of the game, that's literally doing this. That's literally saying, okay, I'm gonna come over here, I'm gonna run into a ship like this. Doesn't even stand a chance. Double nukes with all of that on it. Yeah, once the nukes fire, it's over. That is not something you want to run into at the same cost level. That is nice. Yeah. What can I say about what is I don't even know what to say about it. It's compact, it's light, and it's a devastating 2-nuke ship. That is, like, think about it. If you were to come over here and you were to take Hosip's ship right here as Sidewinder, and you were to just do something like this for 3 of those, that's only 600,000. 611,000, right? And then when you come over here and you were to take the built-in ships, I'm thinking that 4 of those guys would do devastating damage to this. That's what I'm thinking. Yes, they may still, most of them get ripped apart, but the whole point is lower cost ships just come in. Maybe they get stuck on each other. Looks like they're gonna get stuck on each other. Okay, I was wrong. They don't have the maneuverability to do what they should do because they don't. They just have the 3 in the back and this movement here. But they still do devastating damage to the Polaris, as you can see. There's not even the same cost range. But I think this catching ability right here is its downfall. If you're trying to fly a fleet of them, the catching sharp points on the ends, these right here is a problem. If you're gonna do a swarm of them. So if we do this again, And this is where I insinuate on a whole bunch of other previous videos. When you do the swarming, see the little tiny catching points? If they catch, which they can, they don't always catch, but if they get stuck and caught on each other, just like how they're stuck right there, then they become useless in battle when you have a fleet of them. And just even being caught just for a little bit will change the whole outcome of the entire battle. Reupload in a small version of the blue one. Oh, okay, he's got more. Here, hold on, let's go. Let's save this image. Save image. Where did it just put it? Sidewinder ship. Blue one. Oh, this is gonna do exactly what I think it's gonna do. Now we're getting closer to the same cost, but this one's got 3 nukes and it's got flat cannons on it. Okay, that still went boom really quickly. Sidewinder's already added to the mod. This is added to... Okay, so for those that are joining or just watching this for the first time, what Unexcited is mentioning is there's this mod that Unexcited and Hostep are working on extensively, which is to add a whole nother faction in. And so this Sidewinder ship that you're looking at right here is added to that console faction. This is a deadly 3 nuke ship, especially when you get these flat cannons on it as well. Cost range, it's so cheap. This is a very deadly ship. Now it doesn't look like it's doing all that great against the Polaris when you look at it in astrospect, but it's doing, if you face it in a 101 for when you would eventually reach this ship, it really could do a lot of damage to you. I'm guessing the bigger problem is the nukes are not always landing. Still, that was an interesting test. I like it. There's one more. Let's look at it. Let's pull it in. Hold on, I gotta save it. This is another. What is this? Just unnamed ship. Oh, let's pull the unnamed ship in. Oh, this is the one that we was still working on. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cannons, 6 nukes, 4 flak. I would not want to. In a front-to-frontal battle, this is well protected. And that piece fell off. Still adding the protection even though the piece fell off, but that's not good. Maybe find a way to attach it a little bit more. Maybe put the flak in defense only. Even in defense only, 4 flak's not going to stop that many nukes, Unexcited. So, oh, maybe it's 6 flak. Okay, I'm wrong. Haha. He's saying to come over here, select these. Oh no, let me shift control select. He's saying take these and change these to just defend. I think it adds to the offensive power though. And what I'm thinking here is, you see this should be attached a little bit better because that piece falls off. I know I'm aesthetically changing it, but this allows this piece, because when this gets blown up and then this all gets blown up, this allows it still to be attached. Oh, I didn't accept the changes. Hold on. Try that again. So you see defend only. Even with defend only, all the cannons and all the nukes that are flying at it, it's the defense is not going to do it. But the offensive power of the flak does do devastating damage still. So I know they just got stuck on each other, but hold on, I already made changes to this thing. Now I gotta save it. Just do 1.1. 1.1, there it is. Pull this in. Okay, there should still be set to defense only. Let's double check that. Yeah, they're set to defend only. Middle armor can have structure as well, no extra weight. That's true. This would add extra. Well, I think it adds to the aesthetic design, but it could be structures just to reduce weight. But I don't know. That's up to Unexcited. I mean, that's up to Hosep. It's his ship. See how that piece still fell off? Just adding that structure design just to help hold it. I know this didn't even fall off. The defend part may actually be to its benefit. I don't know. Let's swap them. Okay, 1.1 should be on this side now. These are set to defend. All we did is change a tiny bit of add a little bit more structure, and these are set to just defend. That piece, see this piece right here, this whole piece just fell off once it got hit. Maybe the defend really does make it just that much more, because it's got the cannons. It doesn't need the offensive for that, and with just defend, it's I like the suggestion. I don't know if Hosted likes the suggestion, but I like it. I like that change. That's a cool change. Okay, you have another ship that you just posted in there. Well, it's the same ship, but it's updated. So let's go ahead and see if it loads in. There it is, 1.2. Let's face it versus this one. Okay, 1.2, this is the newest one that he just uploaded. Don't really know what changed. Oh, you made the dedication for the factory, probably. Because this one doesn't have. Or does it? Why is the attack part in making this thing face in a weird direction? AI does some weird things. Why? Why the AI do that? Yeah, the thruster update, whatever it did, I don't know what it did. Alright, let's restart and swap and go again. The left-hand side now is the 1.2, the new one you just put in. And this is the other one, and then as long as it's facing front to front, it should be just fine. I like the armor. I like this. Get the disruptor still firing. Versus each other. very similar, except this one has power. This one's not gonna have power for whatever reason. So this one will for sure win because you got power and you got ammo going. Or this chain gun's not ever gonna fire again for whatever reason. Because there's no power to the factory for no dedication. But it looks like it's running very nice for its cost range. This is not something we want to run into at that cost range. In fact, if you put this in that faction build for its cost range, to run into this at the cost we get it to, this would be a huge blow to many people because its cost range, if you look at it, and I already see it's going to win. Wrong button. Start the battle. 190,000. This is a cheap ship that's really fast, and if you got a fleet of these things, there's even two of them facing you from two different angles, you would have a huge problem. Here, in fact, I even want to showcase that because this is dangerous, right? So you're looking at 400,000. So if you take a ship, anything, by the time you reach 400,000, right, you're facing two of these guys. Its speed, these things should easily be able to come in and flank from behind. They got good amount of defense. I'm loving that. This right here will just tear in right through here. Exactly like I was thinking. It's tanking really well for its cost range. And then this is easily going to have a second barrage before it even gets down. And then you still have another ship that's also attacking you. It's already lost two of the main shields. If even one of these ships got behind and devastated your ship from behind, so if you're playing this in the regular game, look at the damage it does. Now this one lost its chain gun, but this one is the other one that it's fighting and facing. But look at the damage it did. And if you got to the wrong angles in a normal game facing that's devastating. And its cost range is definitely cheap enough so that you would run into it at the lower levels. So I like it. I like it. I do definitely like it. For what it can do, it definitely did damage for its cost range. Huge amount of damage. So I like it a lot. Was there any other ships anybody wanted me to look at? Hosep weren't excited? Don't see anything in Discord right this second, but I like and love. I am going to, and I know Hosep's still working on it, but I would love to look more at this version that you have. This one right here. Whenever you finish it. I know it's still a work in progress. And then Zonskool, whenever you watch this, I would love to see your thoughts on what you would change on this. It's heavy, and its maneuverability definitely needs to be worked on some. But for where you came and where it's at now, this is a nice ship. And then this is, I'm pretty sure this is Hosep's challenge to this ship. And you can see them facing each other. The optimizations that Hosep has in the back really improves a lot of aspects of it. And then obviously adding in 4 nukes compared to 2 nukes really changes. And then he has all this extra armor and then the place that it holds on to. Now in this case, Zonskool ship still won. It received heavy damage. We'll have to look at this again. Armor wise, shields wise, more armor in the back. It was a draw, but if it was facing in the game, once the command post goes down, the ship kind of just loses. Well, I'm going to say Hosep ship's is going to win more draws than anything, because this one, see right here, it already lost its command post. And then somehow they still blew each other up to a point where I don't know. These ships are dangerous to face against in this cost range. This is true. The battle sim just totally describes the game rules for wins. I like both of them. Both of these ships are take on of I want to play with them, and we could have went through some more, so definitely something I'm gonna work on some more. So, but I think I'm gonna end this here. So if you enjoyed this content, please feel free to hit the like button. It helps me out a ton. It helps to push out this content to other people, bring awareness to it. If you would like, please feel free to leave me a comment down below. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you don't like, especially what you don't like, so that I can improve and make better content. If you have not already, please feel free to subscribe. If you don't want to subscribe, that's okay as well. Come back once a week, once a month, check out what content I have. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for watching. Thank you Unexcited, and thank you Host Up, and thank you Zon School for your ships to have me be able to collaborate on them and work on them. And thank you all for being here. And you all have a wonderful rest of your day.